today, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest. You'll take the week off. Get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, he'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against, but you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
On the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run it with Bell. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 39, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. The Browns D locked in on third down, brings up fourth.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
3, Browns nothing.
Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And Hall not going to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Nick Chubb, the ball.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third and short yardage, Mayfield. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Browns first down.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Mayfield. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Le'Veon Bell.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
10-yard line.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And down inside the 15 he goes. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First down, Mayfield. That's complete, right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard.
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding offense.
Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Number 27.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
That one complete to Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
The ball carrier.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Mahomes to throw once more. The 20. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Bell. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce there to make the grab. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks and no touchdown passes yet either. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 Divisional Round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens squaring off against the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. Fielded in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Fumble on the play.
The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And now here comes Kansas City. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Holding offense.
Why are we doing this?
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now here's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
The tackle made at the 36.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Sacked.
Olivier Vernon in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry by Bell. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Patrick Mahomes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Markel Lee coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frank Clark in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Alex Okafor. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Watch out for Hill on the return.
kicker. Defense.
Can't do that.
They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down when they're that backed up. You've got to be careful going after him.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Frank Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. A run for Nick Chubb. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And some room to roam now. And here now the offense heading back out there. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
First down. It's Bell. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go again with Bell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he will have the Chiefs first down. They needed 4. He doubled down. He wound up getting 8.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
For the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
Round 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And he'll find Hall. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First down, Browns.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Rashard Higgins.
They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry.
Mayfield.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
A first down throw for Mayfield. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown.
23 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are back within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Here's Mecole Hardman. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. They just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Mahomes going to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete.
Mahomes pass. Intended for Tyreek Hill.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Mayfield and the Browns. Down by 5. A little under a minute 50 remaining. It's got to be a touchdown here, and that won't be easy. On the road, in the playoffs, as they've got it with a first down. That catch good for only a couple. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He's back to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns first down. This pass complete to Higgins. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins, 58 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Mayfield to throw. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game.
And makes the score Browns.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
1st and 10 at their own 28.
And now all eyes shift over to the Chiefs, trailing by 3 after the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A minute 14 to go. Their sold-out crowd is behind them. They need at least a field goal to tie as they've got it 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
41-yard line.
Now Mahomes. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. That one complete to Hill. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. Throw left side to Higgins. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Well, the second down throw on target. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If you make someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll give me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
That part 1 is done, now part 2. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
What can Mahomes do now with his overtime drive? And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. Pretty good location there on that throw.
It really was, wasn't it? That was likely one where the receiver was either going to catch it or no one. Really good decision. And, boy, what a catch and move right there.
And a tough spot to get it over the middle. Mahomes now on first down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
48-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Bell. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Again, the ball carrier.
So if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
They'll try again with Bell. And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are moving on to the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
In overtime.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.